What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today join me for another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, where today I'm going to be going through a deck profile of the new Elemental Hero Neos support. So this is the new Neos support that came out in Power of the Elements and includes new support for Neos, quite a few new spells, and also a brand new fusion, but obviously I'll get to that later on. So the deck itself I've tested, it's pretty fun. I think it's fairly competitive. Maybe some people would add different cards, but yeah, I do like the way this Neos deck plays. So yes, so I'm going to go over the main deck first and show you what's what. So kicking things off, I'm running two of the new Elemental Hero Spirit of Neos. So this basically acts as a defensive card and also as a way to get Neos plays going. So basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is special summoned, you can add from your deck to your hand one polymerization or spell/trap that mentions an elemental hero. Also, during your main phase, you can shuffle this card into your deck, and if you do special summon one elemental hero normal monster from your deck, you can only use the effect of Spirit of Neos once per turn. So the majority of the time, obviously, you'll probably have, obviously you use this as a defensive option to get on the field. And when you do, you'll use that second effect to bring out your Elemental Hero, Neos. So I'm running 3 copies of Neos, plainly because I think there's a good amount of plays that can be done with this card. So that's the reason I'm running 3. Another card that I'm running 3 of is Crosskeeper. This is another one of the new monsters that came out in Power of the Elements. So this is effectively a searcher. So you can send this card from your hand or fields to the graveyard. Then you can special summon an Elemental Hero or Neos monster from your hand or graveyard, but negate its effects if summoned from the graveyard. If you special summon an Elemental Hero fusion monster, while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish this card, draw 2 cards, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, and then obviously you can only use it once per turn. So it's a good way to it's another kind of search card from the hand. Also, it can act as a draw engine as well when you fusion summon the monster. Obviously, some of the others, I'm running 3 copies of Neospace Connector. This is pretty much, I think this is pretty much a staple in any Neos deck. Then I've got the Neos monsters themselves. So I'm running 1 Grand Mole, 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 Black Panther, 1 Hummingbird, and 1 Flare Scarab. Annoyingly, the Scarab, I think, is the only one that doesn't come ultra rare, at least as far as I know of. So yeah, it just gives me a good amount of variety having all of them. And then we've just got a couple of one-offs. So I'm running 1 Stratos, acting as another search engine. Then we have a Liquid Soldier, which runs well with the level 4, searching for the level 4s. So that would be like your Stratos. 1 Rainbow Dragon for fusion material, and 1 Honest Neos for that added honest effect. So those are the monsters for the deck. Just going to clear those. So then we have the spells. So first off, I'm running 3 of Neos Fusion. Pretty self-explanatory. So you can special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as material, including Elemental Hero Neos. By sending those by sending those monsters from your hand, deck, or field, ignoring their summoning conditions. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. If a fusion monster you control that lists Elemental Hero in this, I don't know why I'm saying all my words wrong, Elemental Hero Neos as fusion material would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, or shuffled into the extra deck by its own effect. You can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So basically, it's a way to summon the Neos quickly, and also it adds a bit of protection effect as well. So then I'm running 2 of Engage Neospace. So this is one of the new cards that came out, another one of the new spell cards. So you send 1 Neospatial monster and 1 Elemental Hero monster, 1 from your hand and 1 from the deck to the graveyard. Special summon a Neospatial or a level 5 or higher Elemental Hero monster from your deck. And if you do, add 1 polymerization from your deck or graveyards to the hand. If you special summon Elemental Hero Neos by this effect, it gains 1000 attack. You cannot special summon monsters by this effect, from the extra deck, except fusion monsters. The turn you activate this card, the turn you activate this card. So yes, it's just basically a quick way to get out an Elemental Hero Neos, and also gives it a bit of an attack boost if you feel like using Neos as an attack rather than the fusion. Also, of course, it searches out Poly from the deck or the graveyard, so it's a good way to recycle it. Another one of the new cards is EM Wave. So if a Elemental Hero monster is used as material for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard or banished, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Neospatial monster or 1 Elemental Hero Neos from the deck. If a Neospatial monster or Elemental Hero Neos you control or in the graveyard is shuffled into the deck or extra deck, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Elemental Hero monster from your graveyard. So yeah, with this one I don't tend to use as much, so that's why I'm just running 1. Same with Instant Contact. So with Instant Contact, you basically can special summon a level 7 or lower Elemental Hero or Neospatial monster from the extra deck. So that works well in helping out getting your new fusion, but I'll explain that a bit later. Some other cards, I'm running 2 of Miracle Contact. I did maybe test out 3, but I felt like 2 was the right amount. Now some of the random cards I'm trying, which other people might not use, is I'm running 2 Convert Contact. So if you control the monsters, you can send 2 Neospatial monsters from your hand and let me restart that. If you control no monsters, you can send 2 Neospatial monsters, 1 from your hand and 1 from your deck to the graveyard, then draw 2 cards. So a little bit of a draw engine. And also this works a little bit with Contact Gate as well, because you can banish 2 Neospatial monsters as well. So those 2 kind of work together. Then I'm running Double Attack Hero, so just a little bit of a attack card in random plays. And then we just get to our staples. So reinforcements to the army for like your Stratos and Liquid Soldier. Called by the Grave, because that's pretty much a staple in any deck these days. Polarization for your EN Engage. And then Regeki, because I like running Regeki. So those are the spells. But the traps are quite simple. So I'm running 2 next. So this basically allows you to summon, to special summon any number of monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard and defense position that are all Neospatians or Elemental Hero Neos, but negates their effects as long as you control any of these special summon monsters. Yeah, so it's just basically a way to get more cards onto the field. Then I'm running Favor Contact, another way to get Neospatians onto the field, and I'm running the 1 Solomon Strike. So that is my spells and traps. And now we get to the extra deck. So the extra deck, I'm going to start off with a Link because I only run 1. I'm running 1 of Wonder Driver. Admittedly, I did try out the other one, but I think maybe the other one's slightly better, but I rarely go for the Links when it comes to the E-Hero decks. So I think for me, in my build, the Links aren't necessarily as important, but you can go for the other one, which I think is Extra Driver. I think that sounds right. But pretty much every other monster is fusion. So first off, we have a Elemental Hero Sunrise, just as a generic one, along with a Absolute Zero. So those are some of the more generic ones. So then we've got the new card, which is Shining Neos Wingman. This card is crazy if played right. So this requires a Neos and a Flare Wingman. So that's why Instant Contact is useful. So Instant Contact basically brings out Flame Wingman. Then you can fusion summon this and Neos to create Shining Neos Wingman. So Shining Neos Wingman gains 300 attack for each monster in your graveyard. Also cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this is special summoned, you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of different attributes among the monsters on the fields. You can only use the effect of Elemental Hero Shining Neos once per turn. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflicts damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So yes, this is definitely a game ender, that's for sure. Some of the other Neos I'm running is 2 of Brave Neos, 1 Nebula Neos, Rainbow Neos for obviously the Neos and Rainbow Dragon Fusion. I like going for this one quite frequently. Then we have Chaos Neos, Aqua Neos, Cosmo Neos. This one I don't tend to go for as much, so maybe I might sub that one out in the future. Grand Neos, Storm Neos, and finally we have Dark Neos. So I feel like there's a good amount of options to go for with the extra deck. But yeah, obviously, like I said, with Wonder Driver, you can maybe replace it with Extra Driver. So there has been a deck profile for my Elemental Hero Neos. Overall, it's definitely fun to play, that's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun to play. Is it the most competitive? I'm not sure, but I do feel like this is not too far off, maybe. So there has been my deck profile for my Elemental Hero Neos deck profile. If you've enjoyed today's video, if you've enjoyed today's video, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to know when my newest videos will be coming out. Hope you've enjoyed, and for now, this is SliferKing signing out.